Hey, everybody. We are back with another episode of I Am and More. Y'all, it's 2024. I don't want y'all being raggedy in y'all businesses. I'm coming out here hot. I don't want y'all riding dirty in your businesses. I don't want you being shady in your businesses. Make sure you're connected to I Am and More. You know I'm your business strategist. I'm your attorney, and I'm going to make sure you are done right. And I care so much about you that I want to make sure that you're not only growing as an entrepreneur, but you are personally developing. You are developing as a leader, right? As a whole entrepreneur to get things done in and through you. So today, I didn't come out here to play. And I brought Latoya Underwood with me, and we're talking about how to bet on yourself in 2024. So many times we've been betting on the job. We've been betting on the church. We've been betting on Pookie and Ray Ray. But now it's time to bet on us and the God that we serve. Latoya, what you got to say?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm serious. It's just time to stop playing it safe. Stop being so comfortable. Stop being so afraid to believe and see more for ourselves. So yeah, let's get it.
So Latoya, you are at this place now where you're like, we're not playing it safe. We're going to get it. How do you get here?
You know what? I've been here for a while. I'm one of those entrepreneurs, who started in the basement of my parents' house. I was like 15 years old. And I knew right then that I didn't want to, conform to the world. I didn't want to be programmed. I'm one of those, I don't want to say rebel, but I just knew at a young age, I knew I wanted to just have more freedom with my time, just travel the world, be like just a bird in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So at the age 15, I was heavy into the beauty industry. I started doing hair at a young age, transferred my parents' basement to a salon. My daddy, he found, hair dryers in alleys and buildings because he does construction. So the basement was my first hair salon, and even at the age like 16, 17, I was getting EIN numbers. And, because I knew at that age that I wanted to just go for it. I was outside passing out flyers to strangers, like, come get your hair did. Girl, not a license to first, but I knew. And some came too, girl. Yes, some came, and I'm still doing a few of those clients' hair to this day. Yes, yes. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, I knew at a young age what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, was it all the correct steps? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. No, it was not. But I knew that I wanted to take the land. One of my greatest stories in the Bible is, Caleb and Joshua. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how hard it looks, how big it is. If it's mine, I'm going forward. You know what I'm saying? It may take some time, take some years, but I know my name is on it.
Listen, you said something that I want to tap into as the business strategist and attorney. You didn't do the right steps, right? And she can say that because she started at 15. But for those of us out here who are starting at a later age, there's so much out here that we could glean. I have free workshops that you can attend. There are other people that have free workshops. You want to make sure that you are building right so that you don't build something broken. And that's why, I really, really, really try and push entrepreneurs to really get a full understanding of what it means to be a CEO. Right? Like most of the times they go to the place where they're going after their profits, but it's like really about being a CEO. And one of the things that I like to teach the people in my communities, we are serving God's people. And so he cares about each and every person that comes into our business. How have you navigated, your years in entrepreneurship and just growing and becoming this greater version of Latoya?
So of course we fall for the, I don't want to say fall, but we learned that being in business is about, having things in order, profits, laws, things like that. But what I've come to realize too is that being an entrepreneur is about your development as a person. Who I am today is not who I was 10 or 7 years ago in business. A business will bend you, break you, fold you, but you got to learn how to have your poise, honey. Stand still. You know what I'm saying? But yes, as an entrepreneur, it builds you up. It's a mindset. I believe, honestly, if your mindset is not there, you're going to fold. Right now, the world call it the whole slow season. But if your mindset is not strong for this wind, for this storm, you gonna give up. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much money you got, how much pull you got, how long you've been doing it. If your mindset is not strong, the wind gonna knock you down, honey. So yeah, that's what I've learned in business.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because we're talking about how to bet on you, and we went straight into entrepreneurship
Mhm,
for some reason, right? And so
mhm.
the person that's probably listening to this, the person that's probably sending share right now, the person that's probably subscribing right now is like, man, I may not have thought I had an entrepreneur down on the inside of me, but these two women right here are making something leap in my stomach. And I want to lean into something you just said because we are what we think. And so you
Yeah.
talked about having the right mindset. And if you are going to bet on you in 2024, you actually have to believe. You have to believe that you are something to bet on.
hmm
Right. And so, how have you gone throughout life and said, you know what? I'm something to bet
I have learned to walk by faith and not by sight, honey.
on. Woo!
Honey, when that account is in the red, I had to close my eyes, like I'm still going to promote this event or do this. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I've learned, I think a few years ago from Pastor Jerry Flowers, and he was asking about what is the opposite of faith, you know? And of course, we always say fear or doubt. And he said sight. And I'm like, you know what? He's right. Because when I look around at what's going on, that's when I begin to, what I'm saying, lose my faith, have doubt, have fear, begin to throw in the towel. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned to like just live life blindfolded. Yeah. Honey, I'm loony on certain things. Like I've
Wait
learned to
a wait a doggone minute. She just
yes.
ain't gonna skirt past that. I've learned to live life blindfolded.
I don't care about no recession. I'm still doing my events. I'm still living as if because I know God got me. I'm telling you. I'm telling. I don't know who watched this, but I'm telling you all, God got you, honey. I don't care what's behind. God ain't never late.
Mm,
Hello.
so we got two keys already. We got our mindset and we have faith. And
Yeah.
the key to faith is abandoning sight,
hmm
living life blindfolded. It's so funny that you say that because I have been saying that a lot of times we are called as spirit filled individuals to walk in spirit and in truth.
hmm
However, we walk in facts and in circumstances and then want to go crying out to Jesus. But if we really tapped into walking in spirit and in truth, we wouldn't spend that time crying. And I'm
hmm
not condemning anyone who may get a little
Right.
down because the reality is to walk with God, it's an emotional walk.
Yes.
It's,
Yes.
it's an emotional walk
hmm
because he will have you doing some things. He will have
hmm
you stepping out of some boats. He will have you knocking on some doors and you just like, hold up a minute. But if we lean into his strength, then we're able to really not bet on ourselves, but we're betting on God. So that's
hmm
our third key right there. You got to have the right mindset. You got to have a faith. But first and foremost, you have to bet on God and
Yeah.
bet on what he said. Talk to me about a time where you bet on God.
Ooh. A lot of times. I do want to touch too and just add that I do have my days. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to watch this and act like it's always peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying? Even Jesus himself had a moment where he said, God, if it's your will, I'll accept this cup. You know what I'm saying? I have plenty of cup situations in my life. You know what I'm saying? So don't watch this and think like, once God is there, you know what I'm saying? It's peaches and cream. No, honey, he in the fire with you. Okay? So that part I want to clear up. But when it comes to betting, I'm telling you what I've begun to do in my life is to speak more of what I want to see. Speak what you want to see. I don't care how dark, dim, how slow, how red your account is. Speak what you want to see. I am abundant. God is with me. I am the head. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. I'm telling you all because even now in my life, I'm very transparent on certain things. But the obstacles I'm facing now are gigantic compared to the ones I faced years ago. You know what I'm saying? However, who I am today can face these things with God. So it's so important to feed your spirit, man, and not your flesh. That's a choice right there. Which one is stronger? Your flesh is stronger or your spirit is stronger? How do you feed your spirit? I'm telling you, I wake up every day, pray, meditate, say a word over my day. Today was amazing. God is with me. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when it comes to betting on yourself, not just this year, for the rest of your life, which man you gonna feed, your flesh or your spirit? I'm telling you all, you got to get loony crazy. Your faith got to be so dynamic where you're going to lose friends. And I'm fine with that. And God, He's going to replace you. New friends. I got you. I got Chris, who I met at the thing as well, too. But I'm telling you all, you have to feed your spirit. It's hungry. It's hungry.
It's hungry, y'all. It's hungry. It's hungry.
It's
That's
hungry.
it right there. It's hungry. Right. And our spirits might be malnutrition because we are feeding our flesh and not our spirits, right? You
Yeah.
walk through how you have a morning routine of like
Yes.
meditation and speaking a word. And I think that is important. I want to push us also to have night routines, right? Kind of following that same like prayer, meditation, and speaking a word. One of my mentors says it like this: prayer is the only thing that you can send into the future and stop some stuff.
I agree.
Prayer is the only thing you could send into the future and start some things and stop some things. But if we are so consumed by the facts, if we're so consumed by the cup, then we might miss out on these opportunities to really take hold of the power that we have as co-heirs with our Lord and Savior Christ Jesus. I think sometimes, come on, here come another key. If you want to bet on yourself in 2024, you have to know your identity and who God says you are. What dominion has he given you? Because if you don't know that, the devil know. So he gonna send extra things your way. Go on ahead.
Because if you don't know, the world gonna tell you who to be. That's why y'all these entrepreneurs online, this whole fluff, it's this and that. That ain't the real deal, honey. It looked good, but I'm here to tell you, no, that ain't the real deal. It's gonna be some days, some weeks, some months, some quarters, but you can make it though. You will make it. You gotta know you're gonna make it. You gotta say you're gonna make it. See yourself making it. Vision is heavy too. We perish because of lack of vision. You don't see yourself winning.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, I don't even know if they can handle another 15, 20 minutes of this. Right? They're just like pow, 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 pow. But this is what you need to bet on
Mm-hmm.
yourself. You need to replay this. I want you to
Yes.
like send this to somebody right now, right?
Yep.
Because we all need to be awakened. We all need to be reminded of the things that it takes to be great. And I said this earlier today. I said, if I'm honest, it's really hard to get to your next level. Like it takes a level of breaking and transformation of your current self to
Mm-hmm.
then input the right things, feed your spirit, feed your flesh the right things to then break through to your next level. But it's also really hard to sit and settle and then rewind and live in regret.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to choose which heart it is that you really want. Do you
Exactly.
want the heart of the future or do you want the heart of the past?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. So, how have over time you've been betting on yourself? You've been betting on God. You've been looking at the vision, right? When the cup has come, because I'm going to be very transparent. They know me here.
Mm-hmm.
The cup came with this negative degree weather.
Mm-hmm.
The cup was here. I couldn't understand why sunny LA to negative degree weather,
Right.
Uggs, socks, and tights ain't keeping my feet warm. But I found a way to pull myself out of it. So, how have you pulled yourself out of it when those times came and you're drinking of that bitter cup?
I've learned to keep going. You know, you can throw in a towel, but you still gonna be stuck where you are right now. A breakthrough is you cracking the wall to your next. It's painful. It's painful, but do you want to stay here and be stuck? Or do you want to see a season that you've never experienced before in your life? You know what I'm saying? And I have given up plenty of times on businesses, brick and mortar businesses with actual employees. Like, okay, God, I'm done. I can't do this no more. You know what I'm saying? But I could have kept going. But that once again, that was the old Toya, the old me.
Mm, do you want to see a season you've never seen before?
And
And
I've learned to face giants and mountains and obstacles and landlords going crazy at me. You know what I'm saying? It's like uh, once again, I'm transparent again, right? So one of my businesses, right? I'm behind. You know what I'm saying? Of course things happen. I'm behind. And she asked me, how do you expect to get this money? Do you expect it to fall out the sky? I said, if that's how the Lord gonna send it, just get our buckets ready, honey. And I ain't heard from my husband. I'm telling you, my faith. I, listen, Colossians, I think it's Colossians 3:25. The Lord is good to those who wait on him.
mm,
So often we don't wait. That's why you don't break through. You ain't waiting. You gave up. In most cases, business, life, relationships, whatever, you gave up somewhere. And I'm not judged because I do it still to this day. But if you just stand still and wait and see the salvation of God, I'm telling you, you can cross your legs and fold your arms, honey. Especially when you're obedient. Hello, boom. I'm all in your camera today, yes. Because that I'm telling you, yes.
no, that's really good. And it makes
Mhm,
me think about today has just been such a divine day.
mhm.
It makes me think about the fact that like we have a bad habit of taking things into our own hands.
Yep.
We will say, hey, what you are working out, your plan for our lives isn't really fitting what I feel like having in my life right now. And
Mhm.
it's prideful because, and I'm gonna say
Yeah.
a lot of pride. So, that plan you got, God, I'm gonna sit it down and I'm gonna tell you how things are gonna roll. And
Mhm.
start rolling out of control and now you sitting on the side of the road crying like a little baby, is because you did not want to wait. And I got this revelation a few weeks ago where it says, Jamila, you're never waiting. You're always in the process to be positioned for me to blow your mind. Because when have I ever not given you something that you could not have even imagined or thought of?
That's good.
And so if I don't sit down and say, okay, God, I trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, God, help my emotions to get in line with what it is you want to do now. Okay, God, pull me out of my emotions right now. The other day, it became a song called Trust in the Lord. I just played it on repeat and then boom, shifted me back into joy. I think that too, there are times where we need to study the word in closer detail. Here's what I'm saying. Sometimes we have missed some of the keys that will bring about immediate shifts in our lives. There are two things in the Bible that I'm like, wait a minute. What are you talking about? One is spiritual sacrifices. Spiritual sacrifices.
Yeah.
We'll talk about sacrifices. I ain't never heard a lot about spiritual sacrifices. The second one was David said, I will give you the sacrifice of joy. I said, wait a minute. You are giving God the sacrifice of joy? I don't even know what that means. Somebody, if y'all listening, send me an email if you know what it means. If you weird and quirky, don't do it. I'm telling you that. Plead the blood of Jesus against you. But no, like, what are these things? Because if we think about David has some cups. Some of them cups he was inflicting on himself.
Yeah.
But he has some cups. He bet on him and he bet on God.
Yeah.
But it didn't absolve the fact that he had a cup. But David, he maintained it. He always came out with the victory. And so, it's just one of those things where our word has to be living in us if we're going to bet on ourselves and bet on God in this season. So, I take our lifelong learner. Who have been some of the most impactful voices in your life that have helped you to really sharpen your spirit of faith?
You know what? I still go to a traditional Baptist church.
Okay.
But we have Sunday school every Sunday. Yes, we break it down. So I would say my pastor, Pastor William, a lot. Pastor Bill Winston is amazing when it comes to because now I'm embracing the whole living in the 4D dimension, mindset. You know what I'm saying? Speaking what I want to see. So Bill Winston is really a good one as well too. But I'm pretty much traditional, and then of course Pastor Hannah is amazing, firecracker, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? I love you all so much, Pastor Gwen, as well. But yeah, I still go to church every Sunday and Wednesday and Sunday school. So the word is, in your girl for real. So
now
I'm one of those too who when you don't really live by it, you can be convicted. So we ain't just going to be going now. I love a good nap. I love to lay down in the bed, but I'm gonna go to church and apply the word and sharpen my sword. So yeah. Yep.
You mentioned something I'm not aware of it, and the other listeners may not be aware of it. What is living in the 4D dimension?
It's more of a visual mindset thing, pretty much, in my opinion. I don't really want to go too deep into it because it's just about, experiencing God on a higher level. I'm now embracing this lifestyle of speaking of what I want to see, Jamila. I'm heavy on casting my mountains into the sea. Certain things I just decided in my life I don't want to face or go through anymore.
Yeah.
I want to experience the power of God on a more higher level. A prayer warrior,
Yeah. Okay. So
a
we
healer. You know what I'm saying?
I do. And so thinking about where you are today
Hmm.
and that little 15-year-old girl that bet on herself, that had her daddy rallying around the alleys of the Chicagoland, helping her to win that bet, what would you reach back and say to her?
I would say that we are doing it. You
Mm.
know, we doing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Listen, I've started when it comes to the whole betting. That's like my for real ministry. My last business, I took my income tax check to start that business. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
flipped it. I was always a flipper. You know, when I was in retail, I sold clothes out of my trunk. No matter who laughed, they bought them. You know, and they were sharp too. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just so important to once again visualize what you want to see. You know what I'm saying? Visualize your mindset, your mental eye, plan it out, see yourself from it. Your
Yeah.
imagination is everything. What
Mm-hmm.
are you thinking of and dwelling on all day?
Mm-hmm.
The issues, the mountains, or the victory, the prosperity, the healed you. And that's what I mean when I talk about, the whole four dimension. No matter what's going on around me, I see myself winning. You know, yes, things are happening, in the world, but I'm experiencing God on a new level, a breakthrough.
Yeah. 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 New levels, new opportunities.
Choosing not to fold. You know what I'm saying? No matter how hard it gets.
Mm, mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm. One of the things that I am taking away from what you're really outlining right now
Mm-hmm.
is we have a choice on whether or not to win. And a lot of times we may not consciously recognize, but we are making the choice to lose and to settle because it might be a little too scary, too unknown, too uncomfortable to make the choice to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And so I know throughout this time you've encountered so many people who have probably come in and out of your life. What would you say to someone who's navigating a season where they have to realign relationships because this new version of themselves can't take um that old season of that social environment with them?
Isolation is part of the journey.
Mm.
You question it, it's painful sometimes, but it's safe for a season. I kind of call it for me like an actual refining. You know, it hurts, it burns, you in the fire, but God is with you, and now it smell like no smoke, honey, and you glow better. So learn to embrace whatever season you're in. Gratitude is so on point when it comes to just not only being an entrepreneur but life. No matter where God got you, I will bless the Lord at all times consistently. I'm eating noodles today. I will bless the Lord. I'm eating something. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm. See,
I
there
have
is,
shelter. I got some heat. I'm grateful.
I'm gonna be honest. After I got,
Mhm.
with my little temper tantrum about this -20, felt like -20.
Mhm.
I did go into that gratitude. I said, "Well, Lord,
Yep.
is this. Well, Lord, is that. Well, this is that. It will, you know, and when you really live life understanding that you get to do certain things, that you have the opportunity of certain things, you can really position yourself to receive greater. Because I don't know who I was listening to, but they said something like this, like with my children, when my children say thankful and they're thank you and they're grateful, I'm like, yeah, I can't, I'm so happy. I want to give them something more. But when you're just ungrateful for what you have, you know, it doesn't help you in your next. And I think, you know, what causes us to be ungrateful is the fact that sometimes we may be looking at somebody else's grass, but we don't
Mm-hmm.
know what it takes for it to be green. We don't
Mm-hmm.
know what it takes for it to be cut. We don't even know how that grass even got there. And so we have to really be content in whatever season that we're in and really embody that mindset. Like you said, I will bless the Lord at all times. And, you know, you are a serial entrepreneur and, you know, you found success in your business endeavors. How have you yourself really navigated making sure you didn't fall victim to comparison?
Well, I kind of want to go back a little bit to the whole gratitude, what you said about the parents. God do the same thing to us. You know, when you learn, what I've learned too with gratitude is gratitude holds us in the now moment. So often we think about our past, oh, when I was booming, or the future, you know, what's to come. But gratitude allows us to be in the now. Just tell God, thank you for this, thank you for that. And God doesn't mind giving you more. You know, gratitude creates contentment. Gratitude pleases the heart of God. But looking forward and backwards, it's like telling God, oh, you don't really trust me. You're ungrateful. Now I can't give you more. All right, so next, I forgot the next question, but I wanted to add that part, you
No,
know,
no,
because
no.
no matter
Yeah,
where you
that was strong. That was strong. Good.
are.
Thank you for it. It's the piece around comparison. How have you navigated and tried to stay out of it and just dealt with it?
Two things. Okay, so the first thing is to know who I am. I had to know who Toya is. You know, as a result, I don't fall into the whole comparison of who doing what and who have what. You know, because here's what I want everybody to know is you don't know how they get what they get in church or not church. Hello, boom, boom, boom. Okay, and I've learned to embrace who I am. You know, for a long time, I used to be like, you know, I'm hood, you know what I'm saying? So for a while, I was like, you can't be on stage talking like this, Toya, or speaking fast, or, you know, I stutter a little bit. I have anxiety, but I've learned to embrace that. And God even showed me that through Moses. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yes, I'm an entrepreneur, you know, who's done a lot of things too. But I know that my gift is to encourage the world to be great, step out, bet. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like the whole, what is your title? I'm an encourager. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like when you know who you are and whose you are, I ain't moved back what nobody else got. Because what I know for a fact is God can give it to me just like this. You know what I'm saying? In the right timing at the
Yeah.
right time, God gonna make it happen. Isaiah 60:22. Okay.
Let me write that one down. I don't know if
Yeah,
I got that one committed to
I'm
memory.
telling you. And what I've learned too is this: the Lord showed me this week. No matter how long it's gonna take, when it happens, the time won't even matter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's gonna blow your mind.
Mm.
How
That,
long it took won't even matter at all.
so that's for them wondering eyes, them wondering minds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
It won't even matter. I take that
It
from my.
won't matter.
So, if you could leave this audience with anything else, what would you say to them?
Girl, I can talk about this like for hours, but what I do want to say for this year, you all, and God God is so good. Like he be dropping these downloads on your girl, right? So whatever you're praying for, prepare for it, right? So we know the story about, when Jesus fed the actual multitude, right? Now, most speakers talk about how he took the bread and blessed it. But before he did that, he sat everybody down. Before he had the food, before the food was multiplied, he sat them down to serve them. Whatever you're praying for, prepare for it. You know what I'm saying? You want a new house, clean your house up now. You want a new car, go buy some car mats. Whatever you want, I'm telling you all, prepare for it. Look crazy. Go crazy this year. Crazy faith. Loony. Like one thing that I do, I'm telling you, my faith is just, I don't even care no more, right? So I know what I'm desiring, what I'm asking God for. You know what I'm saying? But the person who I want to become smells a certain way. So I'll go and buy some high-end perfume, honey. I want to smell like money. I want to smell prosperous, okay? So whatever you are praying for, not only just for this year, but your life as a whole, prepare for it.
Listen, if you got to prepare through entrepreneurship, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
If you got to prepare, because I don't have nothing else to say.
Yeah.
She said
prepare
it
for
all.
it.
She said it all. And I'm going to leave you with this piece. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Sometimes the preparation looks like some sort of investment and some sort of skin in the game. Whether it is time, whether it is money, whether it is sleep, you have to make an investment in that preparation season. So for anybody that wants something to snap, popple, and crack, stop. For anybody who wants something to happen immediately, stop. It takes time and it takes preparation, it takes sacrifice, and it takes investment. So I just want to bring you up in 2024 to have that mindset when you're betting on you, when you're betting on God, that you are actually making sure that you're ready to go into that place of sacrifice. Y'all, it's been another journey to more. Y'all are sharing this. Y'all are subscribing. Y'all are probably rewinding it to take notes. But we just want to tell you, on your journey to more, believe more, become more, so that you really are more. We'll see you soon.